Hi, before you watch this private mastermind recording that people actually paid thousands of dollars for, let me give you some context so you can get more value from this video. So first of all, who this is for and who am I, right? My name is Harold. I made my first $1 million online at the age of 22. And recently, I also won a business competition that was one of a kind from Alex Hormozi and Sam Owens, as you can see right here. And we generated over $201,000 of cash collected in less than 90 days, which is from one of our paid communities. And I also have a video on my channel, this one. Alex Hormozi shows me how to scale to $300,000 a month, where we had a private call with Alex Hormozi that you can go and see all the proofs that what I'm saying is true, right? We also generated over $125,000 of cash collected in the month of December alone. And I also worked with hundreds of 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs and helped them to scale to tens, or in some cases to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with their personal brands, YouTube channels, communities, etc. Right now, you can see a bunch of video testimonials on your screen. I will also leave that in the description, all the proof, so you can go and check it out, right? From some of the biggest YouTubers, biggest people in this industry that you can go and see, and also some people that are getting started. We have video testimonials from them, literally hundreds of them, and tens and tens and tens of verified video testimonials, right? So all of this is there. Now, that's a little bit of the credibility. Now, I will give you clarity on what this recording that you are going to watch right now is about, so you can get the most value from it. So this was a speech, a private speech in the mastermind from Perzon, who is a 7-figure entrepreneur. He is the founder of course.com, and they generated over $2 million in 2024 alone. And as you can see right here, right now, just one of their communities is generating $136,000 of monthly recurring revenue. Right? And I did a speech in their private mastermind, which again, people pay for right now, right? Where we talked about how you can scale your personal brand, your YouTube channel to $1 million a year and beyond, right? Maybe some of you want to get to your first 10K a month or 50K a month. Of course, with hard work, you will be able to get there. But for this is mainly for people that after that also want to scale to 7 figures or more while helping people, producing great content, and you don't even have to go viral or get a bunch of views to implement this strategy. So if this sounds interesting, make sure to watch the recording to the end. If this is helpful, leave your notes or the comments or questions in the comments below. I will answer everything for you for free, and also subscribe to this channel if this is helpful. That's all I'm asking you for. That being said, right now you can dive deep into it and see what is working well for us right now and what can potentially help you as well.
And so I'm going to leave over the word to Harut. And I don't know, how you want to do it, Harut. If you want to share some presentation as well, if you want to do some questions and stuff, but I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, thank you for the opportunity. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Let's see who is here. Makina, Jim, Jonas, Aiden, Lay, David, Howard, good to see you, man. Lucas, good to see you, brother. Adrian, Dylan, of course. Branson, Hunter, Miles, Dan, and Max. So a pretty good company. But first of all, I have a presentation. It's not as pretty as Max's, so you guys need to bear with me. It's just a very simple Google document, so hope that's fine. But a couple of short words before we start. So what's interesting? And why the heck I'm here, right? Because I'm also not claiming to be the biggest YouTube personal brand guy as well, which is the kind of point of today's call. We'll discuss that. And what's interesting about this is that I kind of was both these people. Like what is Max talking about today, right? He's talking about the people that get a lot of views and subscribers, and that's how they make money. And the people that focus on selling their services and products, right? And attracting the right types of people. So these flags, guys, that you see, this one and this one, this was literally for faceless YouTube channels that I've owned for years. Now I'm falling on this, but that was all I was doing. I'm 22 now, but like since 15 years old or something, I was trying to grow on YouTube, right? And the first time that I had a really successful channel was in 2025. And it was a faceless channel. So the whole point there kind of was to get views, right? But over time, there's another reason why I stopped that, because basically I made money and then find out that the money isn't everything and you also need to enjoy what you do, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I decided to do something else and personal brands. But then once I started working on that, because like I had all this experience with YouTube and stuff, I noticed that, I noticed this trend, right? That Charlie Morgan was just blowing up, William Brown just, I think, blew up. And I noticed this is interesting, right? This is kind of the old school YouTube coming back, because some of you guys probably have watched Sam Owens' old videos, right? Where he was just also making very simple videos, value-based, and he was doing that. And I saw, oh, probably this is what's coming back, right? And that's when we actually made a course and put that in Skool Masterclass now course, right? and we had a call with Max about this, and that's what's interesting. So Max and I were literally talking about this, guys, like a year ago. So this is not something like that we just randomly saw. It's a new trend, right? People are doing it. Like if you're going back and there's the recording, and I will share it even with you guys if you haven't seen that. We literally talk about this, right? In the verge of this was happening because yeah, it was kind of I was feeling that it's gonna happen, and it turned out so far to be true, which is pretty good. But that's the couple of words that for you to know that there's some context behind this. Now I've been lucky to work with personally, like we even have video testimonials with from some of these people mentioned today, and I like joined some of their programs. Some of them just work with me. Some of them I help them, and I've been lucky to kind of talk with the most of the people in the industry that are doing this, that are using this strategy that Max is mentioning. Let's say people like William Brown, if I have to say a name, and what is Max saying is true, right? That these people are actually making money. It's not that they are just having these views and stuff, but in the back end they are broke. Like for example, William Brown makes about $500,000 a month. I think it's 450 now. And it's all from YouTube, 90%, 95%, right? So yeah, that's just a couple of short words that it kind of works. So you guys have clarity on that. I will try to make the presentation a little bit short because it's not a long one, like it's just step by step. And I will be asking you guys some questions as well in the chat. So we can make it a little bit more interactive to make sure I'm covering what you guys need. If I say something or like talk too fast or like I'm taking too much time, feel free to just unmute yourselves and stop me and ask me a question. That's fine, because once I'm in the zone, I can just talk forever. So you're more than free to do that, or putting the question in the chat will work as well. So that being said, let's get started. And before we do, I just wanted to see from you guys, could you please put in the chat, yes, if you already have a YouTube channel that you posted or at least one video on, and no if you don't have a YouTube channel. So like you haven't even posted it now. So I can know who I am talking to mostly, right? And how many. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Everyone said no. David said not personal. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, got it. So a couple of people didn't, but most of you guys did, which is great. So, okay, I will keep that in mind. Sounds great. One more question. Can I know, guys, what's your goal? So I can kind of talk from the lens of this. Like, what's your goal this year, let's say 2025? Revenue, do you want to make, I don't know, scale to 50K a month, 100K a month, or whatever, like 10K a month? What would be your goal? If you could put that in the chat, that would be great as well. Can be for YouTube, can be general. So I understand what you're trying. Are trying to mainly grow your low ticket groups with YouTube? Is it a combination of high ticket and low ticket? Is it both? Is it booking calls? Is it increasing the conversions? Like you'll run ads and YouTube serves as well as like a nurturing mechanism for you. Like what would that be? So I can be a little bit more specific once I go through this presentation as well. Let me read the chat. But I have own businesses that I have. Cool. 1 million a month. Nice, Max. Yeah. 250K subs on YouTube. Amazing. Views on YouTube videos. Hope that's not your goal, because just views. We talked about it today that if it like sometimes you can get views but don't make money, right? So like what was the end goal after that, after the views? Because again, as we saw, we can get views, but if it's the wrong people, Matt's by growing for 2K a month, use YouTube to grow my community. Okay. 100K over the year, 10K subscribers on YouTube. YouTube will nurture the group. Okay. So again, a little bit mixed up, but cool. We'll keep this in mind. Okay, guys, thank you so much for the engaging. So let's get started. Who am I? A couple of words about me, like a couple of accomplishments about YouTube and in general. So I made over $1 million at the age of 22, grew 3 different businesses to 10K a month, grew 2 different businesses to 50K a month in 2 months, made 125K profit in December, was our first 6-figure month. And we also won the competition from Alex Hormozi, which was called the 100 at number 7, where we grew one of our communities from 10,000 to $210,000 in 21 days. This is all documented, posted from the Skool team because they track the numbers. Yeah, we're one of the winners. Got billion organic views with content, right? Again, this includes faceless channels as well. Instagram, we have about 100K followers there, and Twitter, etc. So like total in the past like 8 years. So it's a pretty long time as well. Grow a brand new community to 10K MRR in 30 days, and grow a brand new community to 20K MRR with less than 1.5% monthly churn, which is still 1.5%. And work with some of the biggest people, for example, Max Perzon here. We had the call like a year ago, Hamza, and many more. If you visit results.achievegreatness.com, you can see like a bunch of 6, 7, and even 8-figure entrepreneurs we work with. And a lot of it is the strategy that we guys are right now discussing. So you can go and check that out if you want. Helped a dozen of Skool Games winners like Jonas, Maureen, and more. Made $800,000 cash on Skool, got 300 high ticket clients in 1 year, 9 years of making money online. I started making like $4 a month when I was 13. 200K invested into courses, mentorships to some of the like biggest people in this industry to learn about communities, high ticket sales, YouTube content, all of that. And yeah, like with faceless channels, got 2 million subscribers and 200 million views with my personal brand, right? So this is what I did. Now, a little bit, couple of stories, and then we are gonna dive deep into the biggest points. These stories and case studies, right? So first of all, I also started a brand new YouTube channel, right? That, to be quite honest, I'm not putting much effort in, and I will tell you why. That's a bad excuse to have, but I will tell you why. But can you guys guess how many subscribers I have in the chat on the personal brand YouTube channel? Some of you know, right? But just to understand, can you guess how many subscribers I have? What would that be? Just put the number. And then I will tell you why I made this introduction. Then I will be the first case study. Then we'll go from there. 20K, 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 3K, 2.5, 10. By the way, you guys are very close, right? But it's good that you assume that it's little, and you are all right. It's 6,000, right? Now, can you guess how much money I made from that in January? Just like from the YouTube alone, where we got new, and yeah, for context, we do sell very high ticket services as well in the backend. So I won't say let's say, okay, if I said then you will know. But yeah, just put some number, like realistically, what would that be? 50K, 50K, 170. Oh yeah, a lot of numbers, guys. No, I will be honest. So right now we made like 100K in the month, but most of it was word of mouth. From YouTube itself, we made about 40K so far, right? With 6,000 subscribers, $40,000. Now I'm gonna show the channel, show the strategy. I can show the proofs, and how we make that is basically was 2 sales. One pay in full was $20,000, and we have 15K programs, 20K programs without getting into it, and we also have like pretty cheap 99 a month community and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, so we basically made 3 sales, from which 2 was 10K collected, 1 sale 20K collected, right? So total 40K. Now I can show the channel, show how that works, and then I'm gonna go over more case studies and then kind of show how you can do this. So, but very close guesses, guys. Well done. So for the channel, let me open that up. So this is the channel, right? This is the personal brand. And you can see, this is the top videos, guys. Like most of my videos actually get a few hundred views, right? But now I'll tell you why still I made that much money. Like 28K views, 19K views, 17K views, 16K views, 11, 8, 7, 4, right? But what you can notice that a lot of these videos, guys, are long, right? Are educational based. For example, 12 minutes, 1.5 hours, 10 minutes, 1 out of 14 hours, right? 21 minutes, etc. So they're really going down. Now, how the heck and again, this is the top videos, guys. If I go like to the videos, like the worst videos get 200 views, right? Now, and this is, by the way, all of these guys, while having like communities, partnerships, like a bunch of things, I need to be focused, I know. So I'm not even all in on YouTube as I should be. And again, not an excuse, but that's what it is. Like even during the 100, more than half of the revenue of ours came from word of mouth, people telling their friends. So we kind of we had the problem of too many clients, especially when you serve them one-on-one. So anyway, so like I wasn't even focused on this that much. Like I probably spent not more than, which I wouldn't recommend, by the way, unless you're in a position where like you don't have to, but I spent probably not more than 3-4 hours a week on YouTube, which is terrible, right? You should spend that on a video at least. Now, getting to the point. Now you can say, Howard, one of these videos got 320 views, right? So how the heck do you make so much money? You are lying. So, okay, so first of all, and we will talk about it, but what was Max talking about, right? It's not about how many views you get. And by the way, it's like, I don't agree that flexing that you have little views is a good thing. Like, it's just if I become a better speaker and I put more effort into the videos, I will get more views, hopefully, right? So I still need to own that and try to get more views, but I don't have to. And here's why. Because from these 320 people, guys, the quality of the people that watch at least my content is crazy. Let me give an example. Who commented under this video? William Brown, the guy that Max Perzon is talking about. So William Brown, and I asked him personally, hey, do you watch my videos? He said, yeah. I just clicked and I watched your video. So I had YouTubers with millions of subscribers, right? Like even people that are on the top of this game, like not Iman Ghazi, but like close. messaging me and saying, "How that was good." I'm saying, "Are you watching my video?" Like sometimes, guys, these are people making more money than me. But, and by the way, this is not the first time Glenn Brown commented. You can go and see several videos. It wasn't like an accident or something. So because the right types of people watch me, right? In my case, I'm able to make high ticket sales because these are serious entrepreneurs that I can go in depth with, and they buy something more high ticket. So this is just, guys, me. And I'm not the best example because and I'm not proud of this at all. This is not bragging, but like I'm not putting almost any effort into videos, which I shouldn't, right? I'm just putting that out there for the consistency. But again, at the moment, we are so busy with which is still a problem, guys, where we get into it, where there's a bunch of clients you need to take care of. That's at the stage that we are at, right? Because we have very low churn, like we have 50% of our community on one-on-one or annual upgrades and stuff. So for that reason, I'm not focused on this. But now what I want to ask you, if I, right? And yes, I have some credibility. Yes, I have some knowledge about YouTube because I've been having the faceless channels before and I've been doing it for years. Yes, I was helping other YouTubers. So like I have some skills. But if I'm not putting almost any effort and I'm getting a few hundred views, right? And I'm able to make just 40K from just the channel alone, right? At least this month. I'm not saying, I don't know what will look like the next month, but it's been pretty consistent. How much can you make, right? If you are going to be all in on YouTube, if that's going to be your number one priority and focus, right? Which we are going to make that for ourselves as well, but it's just about the sequencing. You can make at least that, right? And even more. So I'm one of the examples. And again, being the guy that was just getting views, by the way, I can reveal one of the channels. It was called Mr. Football. You can go and check it out. I got 70,000 subscribers. Even on this channel, this video, I revealed the channel, showed how I scaled it. I eventually sold it. That's one of the channels you can go and see that I actually had faceless channels, if you don't believe me. But anyway, long story short, that's one of the case studies. Now I'm going to show you other case studies of different people that I personally helped. Not people I heard about, not something I saw here or there, literally people, right? That we worked with and they got the results with not many subscribers. So before we dive deep into it, to make sure I make this as interactive as possible, guys, do you have any questions on this? I will wait 10 seconds in the chat, what I've shared. Let me know. If not, then I will give the next examples. Then we're going to go into the things I learned so far. And then we will do a short Q&A. I don't know how much time we have, Max, but yeah, let me know, guys. Do people not feel that the biggest value on YouTube is providing a rabbit hole for prospects to go down? So that's a good question, Adrian. A lot of people approach their YouTube videos that way, but I don't. And that's the reason that so many high-level people resonate with that. And again, guys, my videos aren't the best. Like, I'm ashamed of them, to be quite honest. And I'm saying, like, I can be such a good more speaker. I can speak slower. I can prepare for the videos more. But still, for some reason, which I'm grateful for, the right types of people that are advanced entrepreneurs, in my case, they find the videos helpful. And why do they find the videos helpful? Because I actually don't make the video only to psychologically manipulate people to book a call, because it's very hard to do. And I don't want to do that either. So how do you do this? I actually provide value. Or I try to, right? That's the feedback I get. When someone watches the video, I'm very authentic, I'm transparent, I'm saying what I think, and I'm trying to be helpful. So yes, if the video's only goal is to sell and it's very apparent, and like that's the only thing that we worry about, people can feel that and it will not work. But if you really care about making content that solves a problem, that helps someone, and you give the value away, kind of Alex Hormozi is doing, right? He's not holding things back. He's sharing as much as he can, and the right people are still reaching out to him. He's investing in them, in their businesses, etc. Right? So if you actually focus on the value and give information away, no, people like it, and people want to work with you even more. And again, these clients like that I got in January, these free clients, just free clients, guys. And I understand in your niche, you might not be able to charge this much. Let's say charge 5K. I've been charging 5K for a long time as well, or 2K or 1K, or you just take your monthly community, right? You can still make sales. But even in these free people's cases, they all just, the reason they joined said, hey man, in this YouTube video, you said this and this and this, and it resonated. And I know that you can help me. So they really saw value. And that's, by the way, a little bit more advanced. Later, guys, when you do this, maybe you are doing this already. If you are getting or are going to get clients in the future from YouTube, ask them what video specifically they watched and why they joined. I'm doing that all the time. I'm saying, hey, why did you join? Right? What video did you watch and stuff? So
That's,
and then I've
sorry to interrupt, Ruth, but
Yes.
that's exactly how I bought Matt Gray stuff. I was like,
nice.
I found one video from him doing an interview with Sam Evans and Alex. I was like, interesting. Who's this dude? Long hair and like
Yeah.
traveling and doing cool stuff. And then I started watching him when I was on the gym, on the bike, and I watched like maybe
Yeah.
5 or 6 or 7 videos. And then somewhere along those videos, he said something, and I was like, okay, I just need to have it. And that's when I booked the car and just bought right away.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Crazy. There you go. Right. Thank you for sharing it. Like, guys, I mentioned it a couple of times today. Well, like I invested 200,000, right? Which for me, at least, it's a lot, right? It's more than this apartment, right? Like, into courses, 95% of the time I consume YouTube content from them. And here's the thing, including Max. I joined Max's community like in February or something, so like a long time ago, right, when it was new. And why? Because I watched a couple of his YouTube videos and I said, oh, interesting guy. You know what I like? Max mentioned, hey, it's all about giving value. Mr. Beast gives value. Alex Hormozi gives value. I said, oh, damn, I resonate with this person. He gets it because I also want to optimize for value. He wants to do that. Let me buy from him because he was able in the YouTube video resonate with me, right? That's why, and literally that's why I buy, like, and I buy courses and stuff. Anyway, so that's to the question, the answer to Adrian. So Adrian, yes, like if you're gonna go on YouTube with the mindset of it's gonna work the first month, right? I'm not saying you think this, Adrian, but I'm saying just in general. If we have the mindset, it's gonna happen in a month, I'm gonna get million leads, I'm gonna sell, like, yeah, people feel it, like when we make videos, right? The best strategy is to make helpful videos, and you don't even have to hide that you're also doing it to make money. Like I like mentioning it. Absolutely, I want to make money, and also I want to help people, right? That's why we have like 80% word of mouth. We have 1.5% churn. If we don't help people, how people stick? Because they like it. So obviously I do care, but I also want to make money. So if people know that, they don't mind. Like we are not trying to be, by the way, I'm gonna share something today, guys. Like from the Hormozi call that he did recently. And one of the things that he shared for building your personal brand and your brand story, which we will get into if we have time, is flows, right? And speaking about it, you want to have some flows, right? You can't be perfect. If you are too perfect, people don't want to buy from you. Say, hey, I'm only making these videos to make money. No, but if you say, hey, I'm making this video to help you. And if you find this helpful, go here. If you don't, enjoy. People usually don't have any problems with that. So that would be the answer to that. Let me know if you have any questions on that, Adrian. But for now, to respect your time, guys, I'll try to speed up a little bit because there is a lot to cover. But again, anytime, Max or anyone, please stop me. Say, hey, let's cover this. I didn't understand this. You whatever, and I will stop, guys. So stories and case studies. So 36,000 yourself from Niklas. So Niklas is one of the people I work with. I invested like myself $36,000 in this program. And I also helped him with his YouTube channel. And I have a testimonial from him here. Let me show you. Yeah. He has about like 500K followers on his personal brand on Instagram. And on YouTube, it's just a couple tens of thousands. And he made this video. It's called How We Made 22.6 million with Instagram in just 12 months, right? And it's a case study of him and his client. And this video, I think now already has like 4,000 or 5,000 views. But at the point where this video had 2,500 views, guys, he made a $36,000 sale from that, right? Why? Because 29-minute in-depth video where he just shares high-level, advanced, in-depth stuff, right, with the audience, and someone bought $36,000, right? I spoke with him like personally, I confirmed this, etc., right? So this is one of the examples. 2,500 views, guys, $36,000 sale. Why? Because all these 2,500 people, or not all, sorry, most of them had the purchasing power in his case. So it's not that crazy that just one out of 2,500 buys something, if you look at it that way, right? Now, Alexa made 72K contracted sales in a month with less than 10K subs. So she came to me and she said, Harut, she was making 1.2K a month and she wanted to scale to 4K a month. So she said, yeah, guys, from 1.2K a month to 4K a month. That was all her goal, right? Very realistic. But she ended up making 72K. And by the way, she made a YouTube video about this where she also mentions me and has the link to our community. She's even crying in one of these videos, which is a pretty good testimonial to have. You can go and check it out. And like at the moment, once she made 72,000 of sales in contract sales, and after that, she's been making at least 10K a month profit plus. So she like 10x her business. She had less than 10K subscribers. Right now it's 26, guys, because these two videos that she made 72,000 when she had 10K also grew her to 26, right? So yeah, like that's another example. If you guys have any specific questions, we can dive deep into these case studies, etc. But in her case, what her funnel was, and by the way, she has now like 3,000 members in her free Skool community. We created her community together on the call. So I even have that call recording, right? So there's all the proof. But anyway, on that call, what we did, the strategy, she had 10K subscribers of engaged audience, we created a free community. We sent people to the free community. Look at the numbers. Now it's 3K. I'm lying. So when she had 1K, she got 1.5 thousand members in her free community from 10,000 subscribers. Look at the conversion rate, guys. More than 10%, crazy. 10,000 subscribers, she had like 1.5K in the free community. Then in the free community, we launched, in her case, a high ticket offer, and she made 72K in high ticket sales, right? Now, guys, I have been working with big YouTubers. Some of them asked me to keep it confidential, but one of the people that was public about it is Hamza. I've been helping him here and there with his YouTube channel and Skool. I have access to his YouTube analytics and stuff. So like, I know that like this is not only for high ticket, you can do the same stuff for the low ticket as well. And Hamza was also this broad YouTuber, but what he did, especially when he was making the most money on Skool, now I think he's kind of switching back because he wants to find meaning or fulfillment or whatever, but it's all great. He started making also very in-depth videos that started getting less views, right? So he was getting like 1 million views, then he started getting, in his case, 100,000 views, which for all of us guys here, it's awesome, great, a lot. But for him, it was relatively less. And some people were hating on it, right? And he still was able, I think at the peak, he was making 200K a month. I think now he's making more than 100K a month, but he's basically not focused on business at all, as far as I understand. So he just has the life dream, made millions, doesn't even care. But this works, I'm saying this example because it's both works for low ticket and high ticket. Now, by the way, we're gonna get into this. This might sound too good to be true, so we need to get into expectations as well, right? Like, or what to do if you're starting from zero. Some of you guys might say, hey, you guys are in the business niche. What if I'm not in the business niche, right? In the business niche, you can charge high prices. We can discuss that as well. So we will get into it. This is just examples to open your mind that like these are real people. It's not just, oh, we thought about this, right? Okay, of the 15K sales I talked about already in my case, and guys, there's a lot more in the results that achievegreatness.com. Soon I'm going to upload 40 new video testimonials from people as well. Now, one more thing I want to add to this though, and this is the most important part. The fact that you don't have to get millions of views doesn't mean that you shouldn't get more views or shouldn't try to get more views. And this sounds like simple for me to say duh, right? Like what is Howard saying? But a bunch of people think that just because you can make money with little views, you shouldn't try to get more views, which isn't the case. For as long as you get the right types of views, you should try to get as many of them as possible. Now, let me give an example. For example, Jonah, right? Jonah is a Skool Games winner. Some of you, I don't know if you were in the previous Skool Games event, but he was there. And he came to me and he said he actually made a post in the Skool Games and said, hey, I'm making 2K MRR. I need to get to 20K MRR in a month. And if I don't get there, I'm going to delete my Instagram that has like 100K followers or something, right? So she said, he said, if you help me, I'm going to give you all the 20K to you, right? It was a pretty good deal. I said, let's go, jumped on it. He grew to 30K, won the Skool Games, blah, blah, etc., right? Now, why I'm saying this, he had an audience as well, right? Now he had just a few thousand subscribers on YouTube, but he did have an audience on Instagram in his case, and he had an email list and he had the free Skool community. So if you guys can monetize smaller audiences, once you grow a big audience, you can crush it even more. So I'm saying this because a lot of people think, hey, I don't want to get 100 views. Like I want to go bigger or I want to impact more people. You can absolutely do that, right? It's just about how much effort you're going to put into videos, how good they are, what's your niche, what's your total addressable market and all of that. But I think the best mindset here, I'm not here to tell you having little subscribers is a good thing. I'm saying it can be a good thing. And I'm giving you these examples of how that's possible, right? So it makes it basically no excuse for us if you really want to start on YouTube. I'm not saying you should, but if you want to, then to start, because you don't have to have it. But when you kill it on YouTube is when you start making money even when you don't have a lot of traffic, but then you scale the traffic and then you become Iman Gadzhi. That's what you do. And that's how Iman Gadzhi actually grew. A lot of people don't know this. He was making more niche videos. He was already making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. He said, go to even broader and he crashed it, right? So the whole strategy here isn't to get little views, right? It's an excuse. Like it's just, I'm not making, I have little views. It means I need to get better. Yes, of course, I target advanced entrepreneurs. There's just so many of them. I can have all these excuses. But also, if I become as good as Hormozi, which will take me a lot of time, and we can discuss that as well, what I mean by as good, right? What that means for YouTube, I can make as much as he did. So all of this to say is that the results, the case studies are there, and YouTube is 100% the best traffic source, at least in my opinion. That's how I buy things. I watch a long-form content from someone, right? But it's not that you don't need to get more views. You don't have to. It's a very tiny line, but guys, I've been on without bragging, but just to tell you that I'm not making this shit up, right? I've been on one-on-one calls with the most of the people in the industry, like top of the top 8-figure entrepreneurs, like crazy people, right? And when I talk to them, these are the only people that understand it. And when I do group calls in our community or in the course, mastermind or whatever, when I talk to people, very few people do understand it, right? There are two camps. People just try to get as many views as possible, no matter what, and they can't get any loyal audience that they actually sell things to. Or they just say, oh, I'm not gonna get views. They get 200 views, they just settle, and they hide them getting better with, oh, I can get low views, right? So, but the top of the people, when I talk to them, what they try to do is they get started, they focus on the quality of the viewers, not the quantity first. They start monetizing it efficiently, but then they try to grow broader. They try to get more views. So that's the best winning strategy in 2025 and beyond. You don't have to have a lot of subscribers or a lot of views. So there's no excuse. Like you guys saw, like I said, I'm at 40K, right? I've shown all these people with their names. You can find them on Skool, reach out to them, say, is Howard telling the truth? This is all public things that you can very easily verify if I'm telling the truth or not, right? But if you go and see that this is true, right? Then there is no excuse. You can make money with not many views. But again, I want to set that expectation. Some people post videos, they get 50 views, say, hey, well, I'm not a millionaire, right? It's not about that. It's not really about the getting little views, right? So how have I answered it? Let me go to some questions, guys. Feel free to put them here, and then we're gonna finally get to the even more practical things. But I first wanted to give you the fact that it's possible. Do you have examples of people in the personal niches not making money? Yes, Hunter, we do. If you visit results.achievegreatness.com, there are people in different niches. Like we had someone, he helps men with sexual performance, right? That's his niche. And he's able to do that. We have a few more other clients. I will be quite honest with you. I think that just because I'm in the business niche, my mind focuses on the business because that's kind of my competitors. So that's what more is top of mind. But absolutely, there are people, like literally, and this is people that make, like in his case, his program is $6.5 thousand. Now usually people buy 2.5K 3 times in his case, but it still like ends up collecting 6.5K, from a sale. From and some of his videos get a few hundred views or 1,000 views or 2,000. So yeah. And by the way, guys, none of this is made up things. Like if you can DM me on Skool, we can discuss. I can ask the person if they're okay. I can share the names. Now, none of this is made up. Hi, everyone from Vegas. Hi, welcome. Athena, good to see you here. How was Vegas? How was the event?
We're still in the mansion. We're checking out.
Nice.
It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah. We had so much
Amazing.
fun. We had our mastermind too a few days ago. That was very good.
Did you meet Kevin the first time? Kevin Wong?
Yeah, he was here. So
Nice.
he came to events as well, and
yeah,
it was really good. Sorry, I
he
remember
told
that.
me.
Yeah. He told
He
you?
told me about it. Yeah, he said Athena was very kind. She said that I'm a part of the team, and he was there as well. So that was good.
Yeah, he helped us quite a bit, so he's definitely part of the team.
Yeah, like he was really helping a lot. Kevin is a work machine.
Yeah. And Lucas helped us too, so he helped us to do all the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah. Did you meet was that the first time you met Hormozi and Sam?
Yes, that was the first time. It was very short though. It was like 2 hours, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? It was shorter this time.
Yeah, it was quite short.
Okay.
Dylan was there. Yeah,
Dylan was there as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I asked a question and then the answer was very shocking, so I got what I wanted out of that session. So that was good.
Yeah, they sometimes can be straightforward, direct, right? But that's helpful. That's what we want, So
that's
glad to hear
right.
that.
We miss you all.
Thank you for joining today. What I'm doing, Max is here as well. He gave a speech. I'm gonna finish my speech, and then I think the agenda, I don't know what it is. I think Q&A or like a break in 2 hours, and then again. But yeah, it's not gonna be only the whole time.
I'm thinking we do we complete your presentation, Harut, and then we can do some questions and answers, and then I'm thinking we could do some smaller breakout rooms so we can sit in smaller groups and maybe talk like on groups of 3 or something like that, and we can work more individually.
Sounds good.
So yeah, if you then finalize your, I think you had
Yeah.
some more, right? Yep. And then we can.
Yeah, I did. What? Yeah, I can go through it really quickly, and then I think we should be good to go. So, let me know, by the way, in the chat, guys, like, what would you prefer? Because to be honest, no difference for me. Would you like me to continue or right now go to breakout rooms? Can you put like 1 if you want to continue this and finish this, and 2 if you want to do it now? Because same, like, I'm okay with both. The time is the same. So like, honestly, guys, like if you want to move, like, I'm okay with that. Don't say that 1 because like you want to be nice or something, right? Okay, 1, bro, give us the sauce. Yeah, a bunch of these things are gonna be simple things, but I wanna see your final step. Okay, 1. Okay, cool, guys. Then I will thank you. I will quickly give us the value. Okay, we got the case studies. Let's see the sauce. Cool. So I will quickly finish, and then to be respectful of your time, then we will move on. So, okay, so. And again, these a lot of these things, guys, might seem like obvious, but it's one thing to understand them conceptually and one thing to execute, right? But I promise you, again, working with all of these people, like hundreds of clients, working literally on this strategy, this is what I'm gonna share with you. This is what matters, right? So if you go and take action on this, you are gonna crush it. Okay. So now, why does it work, right? Why YouTube is the best? Why these videos that we make, even if they don't go viral, they can give you clients? It's because of the 7, not only because, but one of the best ways to explain it is the 7-11-4 rule. Have you guys heard about it? Can you put yes or no in the chat? If you have heard about this, put yes. And if you didn't, say no. The 7-11-4 rule. No. Cool. So this is a study from Google, where Google looked into the buyer's behavior, right? And they wanted to see what's the buyer's journey across, I don't know how many millions of things they looked at, but there was enough data. And what they found is that in average, for someone to go from a stranger to becoming a client paid member, right? It usually takes about 7 hours of content. So they need to consume 7 hours content from you, right? Now it can be 1 hour videos, 7 of them. It can be, you have 10-minute videos. They consumed, how many would that be? 40 of them, right? Or it can be, you have 1 7-hour Skool masterclass like Max had, right? Now this is an average, guys. Sometimes someone will watch 2 hours, become a client. Sometimes someone will watch 500 hours of your content and become the client. So these are the average. But in average, people watch your content for 7 hours. Now, what is 11? 11 is 11 touch points. So what that means, if someone watched a 7-hour masterclass for Max the first day, they can buy. But what it's more likely, if they watch a little bit part today, a little bit part tomorrow, they follow him on Instagram, they see his email, so they can there's more touch points, if it makes sense. Like there's just not just one time, but they frequently see it. The next thing is 4, which is usually should happen in 4 locations. So like someone either saw you in different locations, they saw you in your room, in person, online on a Zoom, like in different places, or it can be in different contexts or platforms. So they saw you once a little bit on email, they saw your Instagram story, they saw you're a real human, they saw your YouTube video. So that's kind of the average. Right? 7-11-4, this is the rule. And why this works is because this is how we humans trust each other, right? Like usually, why 11 touch points? This is how we are wired. Like if you see someone every day, your brain thinks this is someone important, or this is someone my relative. Like think about it, right? If there was no internet, if you saw someone with your eyes frequently, you start trusting them, right? Why 7 hours of content? This is the same thing. How we trust each other, just how many hours we spend together. That's all, right? 4 locations is because they want to see that you are real. For example, some of you guys saw Max when he was doing the live, winning that month as the Skool games. Bunch of people liked that because they saw him and the team, Dylan, Miles, Dan, Aaron, and others in different contexts. They saw them working together in person, showing emotions, how they are. So like that, you can count that as a thing, right? And basically, that's why this works. So 7-11 rule. And now, why YouTube is good? YouTube is good because YouTube is the fastest way to get your 7-11-4. Why? Because YouTube, first of all, people spend the most time with you usually, and they are the most loyal to you, meaning that they are more likely to go from YouTube to your other platforms to have the touch points with you. And it's also the fastest way for people to spend time with you, right? Let me give an example, guys. This is, I guarantee you, if someone has 1 million YouTube subscribers, or like, let's say 100,000 subscribers, if they tell their subscribers, let's say this, if someone has 100,000 YouTube subscribers and they ask their subscribers to go and follow them on Instagram, I guarantee you more people will follow on Instagram than if you have 1 million followers on Instagram and you ask them to go and to follow you on YouTube. Make sense? So like if you had 100K subscribers on YouTube, if you ask them to follow you on Instagram, I guarantee you will have more people going than from, so YouTube, even from YouTube, more people go to other things. Like from YouTube, people are more likely to book a call, to sign up for a newsletter, to follow you on Instagram. That's how I followed Max on Instagram 11 months ago. I said, oh, I like this YouTube video. He talked about Mr. Beast Alex, what he's doing on Instagram. Click the Instagram follow. But there's so many people I follow on Instagram. I don't care what they post on YouTube. I don't even know them. I just see some videos from them and that's it. So the reason YouTube is powerful because it helps you with this. Because Max, how much it would take you with Reels to have your 7-hour masterclass? Like connected with people forever, right?
Quite a few.
Yeah. Right. So there you go. Like, let's say it's one, I remember your shorts like were Reels 10 seconds, but let's say they are 1 minute. You literally need like how many? 420 Reels, right? For it to happen. So that's crazy. So YouTube is best because, guys, this is how people buy. They see you in different contexts. They like you. They learn about you. They spend time with you, and it happens frequently. And last point, and then I will move on to not spend too much time on this, guys, so it doesn't get boring. Another thing why YouTube is the best at this is because YouTube is the platform where you keep seeing videos. Guys, let's say if you have an Instagram reel, Instagram got better at that recently, or TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, doesn't matter. By the way, guys, I have like 100K followers on Instagram. Like I have 15K followers on Twitter. We're right now growing to LinkedIn. I'm not against these platforms. I want to make sure. I'm just telling you the objective truth, right? YouTube, why YouTube is good is because if you post something on Instagram, if you log in, very rarely you see a reel posted a year ago on your feed, sometimes. But YouTube is gonna keep showing your videos. So it even helps with this, impressions. So you go and people see you all the time, your face, if your videos are good, they spend time with you. And then it also helps them, like it has a higher conversion to other platforms where people can see you in different contexts, right? So for example, you can do a live stream on YouTube, right? And people will watch you. Now they see you in different contexts, they can buy. So this is why this works, like on a science level, right? Because if you're, hey, YouTube works, but this is how it works. Does this make sense, guys?
Can I ask a question, Arut?
Yes, please.
So do you suggest that instead of trying to, focus on Instagram and YouTube to get followers, you just focus on the YouTube to get the followers in the YouTube first, and then go tell to your followers, follow me on Instagram? Is that what you would suggest? Because I was going to go all in Instagram and YouTube this year. So now I'm trying to think that maybe I just put aside the Instagram and focus on YouTube first. What's your suggestion?
Great question, by the way. It comes down to resources. I think you have resources, which is like brains, team members, budget, editors, expertise, content to talk about, to be able to do it on the two platforms. But it comes down to that, to the resources. And when I say, by the way, grow on YouTube and tell people to subscribe on Instagram, I'm not saying that like it's a strategy. That was just an example that YouTube audience is so much more valuable, in my opinion, and from data than Instagram audience. And that was one of the examples that YouTube people will follow you everywhere, but Instagram people won't necessarily. And this is logical. If someone is watching your 10-minute videos, they will spend 20 seconds to watch your story. But if someone is watching your 20-second story, doesn't mean they are like you that much to watch your 10-minute video. So from this logic, YouTube is better if you can grow it, but it also takes more skill and more time. So I would say that if I were you, I would probably maybe, like, because you have resources, if you think that you can manage both, I would do both. If you notice that one of these for you specifically goes better, I would double down on it even more. But for everyone else listening to this, if you guys have limited time, you say, damn, I only have this much time. Like, usually, yes, focusing on one is better. But comes back down to resources. Hormozi is posting everywhere, but just because he has 20 full-time or, I don't know, 10 media people, etc., right? So, yeah, that would be my recommendation. Comes down to resources. Yeah. So if I were you, I would say, like, go with both for now. I think you have enough resources. If you feel that it's too much, focus on one, become successful, and then the other. And if you could choose between two, YouTube is so much more powerful, usually, but harder though, right? So that's the like, Instagram doesn't need much commitment.
Also, Adrian is asking, do we not need to consider where our audience is, not just YouTube? And then we also had a question from Aidan as well. and
Cool.
McKenna
Let
in
me.
the chat. Either if you take it now or if you take it after, it's up to you. But just wanted to
Yeah,
highlight
I
those
will
two.
take it now. No worries. Thank you for letting me know. This is so golden. Thank you. By the way, do we get all the slides and docs? Yes, I will send it, Jim, after this. No worries. Where I see Edwin's question. Do we need to consider where our audience is, not just YouTube? Yes, but if your audience is, if a lot of your clients are gonna be like from US or like worldwide even, I think like 80-something% of the population is on YouTube. Meaning I'm yet to see an audience that is not on YouTube. Like I think YouTube has probably like only Meta is, I think, I can't say that this for sure, guys, you can Google, but I think only Meta is higher because it has WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. But if you look at YouTube, like the people that can end up being clients, like 80-90% of them are on YouTube. So if the, not just location, but media channel. Yeah, that's what I mean, Edward. But do you want to unmute yourself maybe? So I can help you more with this.
Yeah, my thought is, I mean, I own a few different businesses. One is in the fashion space,
Right.
and Instagram blows YouTube and others out of the water. I've got another business that is in the sort of, I'm going to say, lifestyle space. Again, Instagram is far more powerful, and surprisingly, Pinterest also has quite a lot of value in that, which a lot of people avoid. So, you know, I understand when you're selling business related things, but, you know, it's interesting to see sort of, you know, question about real estate. You know, I know people that do very well in real estate, but not on YouTube. It's very, very Instagram heavy.
I know. So here's the thing, what I would say. Thank you for the question, by the way. I would absolutely do more of what works, Adrian. Meaning, like, if you find that Instagram works better for you, heck yeah, do Instagram. Because, like, you do, like, number one recommendation, guys. If I say, or anyone else ever says something that doesn't make sense to you at all, and like you really thought about it in depth, sometimes there can be specific cases. So do more of what works, 100%. There's no question about that, right? On that note, though, I'm not saying this makes your point wrong. Not at all, because you are right as well. But I know people making multiple 8 figures on YouTube, like with real estate, with like I don't remember the name. I can maybe get you, but like there's this guy. He's like, what's his name? Ryan. Like there's a guy that
Ryan Serhant, but he is basically famous for being on a TV show. I mean, even in his own admission, he was not a real estate agent of any substance before he got on a TV show. It's quite an interesting.
He had some unfair advantages. That's what you are
saying. He was a model.
Okay.
Who blanked his way into a TV show.
Got it.
So it's using him as an example is not representative, I would say, of an average real estate agent.
I agree. You know why? Because I am so far from real estate, so that's the only guy I could say, and I didn't even remember the name. So I would listen to me. You obviously know more than me, and rightly so, about that market. But my point would be, usually, like, again, if I had to choose between 100K followers or subscribers on YouTube or like on Instagram, it's gonna beat all the time 100K subscribers on YouTube. But for specific cases or niches, absolutely do more of what works. Right now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do YouTube, right? But if I were you, your goal is to grow, like absolutely, like do more of what works. So that would be my suggestion.
Maybe it's good to check out McKenna's Aidan's channel, because they had a question as well, and like they are doing real estate as well, and they're using YouTube mainly. So to like link those two questions together, basically.
Sure. This one isn't working. Should I? Yeah, if you guys can send another one. But let me read it. Hey, by the way, Edwin, makes sense, right? Like, absolutely, man. Do more of what works. And I'm being really serious, because no two cases are the same, right? So works for you, absolutely go and do that. But like usually YouTube won't hurt. You know, it can still, you go on Instagram, people go and watch your YouTube videos, they convert, right? This. But I do see the point that for some niches, for some contexts, or for some people, another medium or content platform can make sense, which is awesome. Like, Great, right? Main thing is you grow your business and you achieve your goals. Who cares about anything else? So question is, hey guys, we have a real estate channel. We are putting out video and short every day and find we are not breaking through on the view side. Cool. It's not working. Let me see if you guys have sent it again. Yeah, I think it's this one. So it should work now. Okay, so I don't think we will have time for like full in-depth channel review because it will take time, but okay, this one 13K views. How down? Okay. Do you get any sales so far from this or not yet, Robert? Is Robert here or is Robert asking the question or?
Oh, Robert's not here, but
Okay.
McKenna and I are.
Perfect.
Hey, good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well. So,
McKenna, go ahead.
yes, sorry, I was asking, so like, are you making sales so far from this channel? Is the problem that like we want more traffic, more sales, or we are also not attracting the right people?
We want to definitely have more people sign up to the free school community through the funnel and then bring them into our paid community. But
oh, you have quite a lot of people. Like where they came from other platforms, not YouTube, or YouTube mainly?
It's YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook. What would be the distribution between like 50-50, 90% Facebook, 90% YouTube?
We do paid ads, so it's probably 80-20 towards the Facebook paid ads, and then 20% for the free YouTube.
Got it. Okay, makes sense. So the question is basically how to get more views. Is that the question? So I just know.
well, how to get more views and how do we keep funneling more people from YouTube, because we have a big audience on YouTube. We want to push more people from there into Skool.
Right. Good question. We obviously the most available answer to you guys would be very long, right? Because it's so like there's not just one answer. So I will right now give you, in my opinion, what is the most important thing. And then if you want, I don't know, you probably haven't seen the YouTube course I had in the Skool Masterclass Now course, right? Have you seen that before or no?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
If you guys want, I was gonna share this by the end of this anyway with the drive, so you can watch it. It's gonna take a few hours. You don't have to watch the whole thing if you're busy, but click on it, start by watching. If you like it, watch it. If no. But that's like, I kind of laid down all the things, which took me like a few hours to go more in depth. So if you want, I can share that for more in-depth answer. Now, to still give you some answer, because to be helpful now, it usually usually it comes down to the ideas, right? That's gonna be the biggest level. And I talk about in the course, right? The titles, like all of that, right? But usually the biggest lever at this stage are going to be the ideas. So can you walk me through what's your process of video ideas now? Do you have any process? How do you do it? How do you come with YouTube video ideas? How do you validate them? Do you have the process so I can see what you guys do, what you don't do, so I can give you some recommendations?
So we have someone that gives us a thumbnail and a title, a research title, and then from there we build a video around that. And we'll take an hour or two to come up with a decent enough script that goes for 15-20 minutes and shoot the videos you see there.
Perfect. Yeah. So do you give them the ideas and they package it into a title or thumbnail, or they also give you the title, which is also the idea included?
It's usually they give us the title, and then from there we take it.
That's the biggest change. The biggest change, you need either them, so tell them, by the way, the link is going to be shareable, so you can literally share the link with even them if you want, so they can watch it. By the way, I'm not claiming it's the best YouTube course ever, etc., but I think it will help you. Go check it out. And there I talk about this a little bit more in depth. It just will take me time to explain. Basically, there's a strategy where you model ideas from channels that got like outlier videos, more videos in their subscribers count, which outliers you should pick, how you should, when to know that you shouldn't even make a video about this in the first place. That's a big, like a lot of success on YouTube is like the pre-selection of what we are gonna, Iman Gadzhi calls this like the big idea, right? Not, he didn't invent this, but he uses this. It's like, what's the big idea of the video? We want to make sure that the big idea is viral enough. Based on research, there is high demand for that low supply. And there's more specific things I share about this. Only then I would package it and make the video. So if there's one thing to learn, that's what would be it. I shared in the course, but there's even more in-depth stuff. So I would do that. And by the way, if you do this, and then if you have any follow-up questions on this, I usually don't respond in the Skool DMs, but because I remember you guys, if you DM me in Skool DMs and remind me about it, I can help you as well. So if you say, hey, we watched the course or we watched that big idea video, we have a follow-up question on this, let me know, I will get back to you. But it will take longer time for now. Hope you don't mind. To explain
No,
it
it's
really
all good.
like, we'll
We
take
appreciate it.
30 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. But that's gonna be the big fix, guys. Don't like, you will watch the course, you will learn it there, but that's the big thing. I wouldn't let the other person just give me the title. I will either teach them this idea process or you need to do it. So because before the title and the thumbnail, there's even a more important thing, which is the idea, and then the packaging of it, and then etc. Right? Let me give an example. Let's say we have a title, right? What we do before even making a video, I go into research and I find, oh damn, 5 channels already talked about this. They got no views. I'm not going to make a video better than this. I don't have any plan for that. So why the heck will I make this video? So like most videos don't even get made, if it makes sense. So this process helps you like to not start working on a video if it initially doesn't have the highest potential that it can have. What we are trying to do, again, more in depth in the course, we are trying to find an idea that worked for almost any channel that tried it, right? And I can make a better video about that. If I don't have this at least in plan, I don't start making the video, or like our clients don't start. But it also saves you a lot of time, right? You see, now you're not gonna spend all this time on a video that didn't have much potential in the first place. So that's the number one thing at your stage to focus on. And yeah, more things will be there. Again, if you watch the course, guys, I understand you might not have the time to like watch it, but if you have follow-up questions, let me know. I will respond. Okay.
Appreciate it, Harout. Thank you.
My pleasure. Okay. Okay, guys. So Max, how much time do we have? I don't want to take all the time.
Like we're going until, so we're going for like 1 hour, 50 more minutes until we're going to have a break. So maybe we do this for, yeah, like I enjoy it. I think people are enjoying it as well. Like, we're running questions. So like keep it flowing and then we can do breakout sessions when it's done. Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good. Thank you. Let's ask people once again. Do you guys want yes or no? Can you put? If no, we will basically switch the topic, or maybe you want to talk about ads and stuff. I'm more than happy, but let me know, guys. Again, we want to make sure that this for I see also Lucas. You raised your hand for a long time, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, short interrupt, but we're doing ads after the break, so we have like 1 hour 50 only about that. Yeah, just clarifying.
Okay, cool. Then perfect. Okay, Lucas, go ahead, man. Good
yeah,
to see
the
you
question
here, by the
is, yeah, appreciate good seeing you here. It's always fun to kind of like learn from you. So the question is kind of related to what we just discussed, as well as like finding the right location where people are. So something that I see a lot in Skool is people sending Loom videos for like specific things, which are a little bit lower effort, and just, hey, I heard people talk about topic XYZ. Here's a quick Loom. So I've been thinking about doing something like this also with YouTube to just get like the volume out. And it wouldn't be that much more effort to just like add a title and a thumbnail to it, but it wouldn't go through this whole process of there's this one big idea and it's super well researched and all of that. But it would just kind of like be like, hey, this is something interesting. People seem to be kind of like enjoying that. And then just posting it in this community. It's like, hey, someone was talking about like how to build a second brain or something. Like, hey, like I have experience on that. Let me just make a quick video for like 5 minutes. Is that something that you would recommend? Or is like, hey, quality is everything. It needs to like really pop and be like 100% aligned with everything that you do?
Yeah, good question, by the way. I don't think you have a choice. Meaning that if you have such a niche thing, like you can't go and find a big video idea about it because you have no choice. And if you have to choose, should you experiment with it or not? Absolutely. Like, what do you have to lose? If you put it out there and you go with it for 3 months, it takes you like maybe 5 minutes to post or like make the thumbnail and see if maybe you won't get billion views, but it will be like the Loom video is just sitting there. The YouTube algorithm can at least show it to 10 more people or 100 more people, right? Now, I gave that advice to the gentleman before this is because they are in the real estate, right? So like, I guarantee you there's a lot of videos about that. So they need big ideas or like whatever. But like in your case, like I don't think you have a choice. Meaning, in that case, you should go with that and test it, see if it helps you. Do more of that. If not, then no. But
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Cool. My pleasure. Did I guys miss any questions from the chat? If yes, let me know. Big idea, Todd. Check out Todd Brown's for big idea approach. Awesome. Thank you for sharing the video, guys. Going deeper in the value, whatever you think will be best. Cool. All right. So we'll quickly finish this, guys. And then if you have questions, we will cover them and then go from there. So, okay. Like I spent much time on this, so the next things will be a little bit shorter, but you guys get the point. The 7-11 rule, why it's good, etc. Now, the next thing is personal brands are ruling the world, right? And again, nothing political, but you saw what happened in the United States. The candidate of the president was bigger than the whole party, right? They won that. They became the president, all of that. Why? Because of the personal brand, right? If you look at the recent trends in elections, in like billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg, right? He's going on podcasts to build his personal brand. So even people worth $200 billion, they care about personal brand and reputation. And YouTube is one of the best places to build a personal brand. So anyway, I'm saying this because a lot of the times, a big macro factors are indication if we are going the right direction or not. And when you see these play out at that level, you think, damn, then if these people are doing that, maybe there's something to this really, right? Cool. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. You guys know this. Again, this is the 7-11 rule. And won't spend much time on this. It's self-explanatory. And having YouTube channel is one of the best ways to build relationships with your audience and scale. Also, you're always just one video away. So here's a good part about this. Some inspiration for you guys on YouTube. Your email list, for example, which is one of the best assets that you can have, it won't randomly 10x overnight. Do you agree, guys? Like your email list just had 5 emails, babies overnight, right? It won't. A YouTube video though, anytime you woke up, you have 10 times more views and like your life is changed, right? For example, Max Perzon, who was matching Matt Gray, I remember his video, which video what it was. He had one video that was successful, blew the whole channel. Max Perzon, when he switched to Skool Mastermind, one video, the 7-hour masterclass, gave most of the momentum, right? We look at Mr. Beast, we look at, there's all like on YouTube, what you should get the inspiration from. You are not growing linearly, right? Email list is going linearly, guys, or like outreach. You don't just, YouTube video, you did it, boom, it grows. So another, incentive for you to focus on that. Okay, so now what to focus on? Again, by the way, guys, I'm gonna share the course for more in-depth stuff because otherwise to cover all of this in-depth is gonna take like 4 hours. And we don't have that. So I'm going to send this more in depth. Everything I'm covering here, it's going to be more in depth course. I'm going to send it for free in the course. I'm not selling anything. So, okay, ideas, what to focus on? Ideas, packaging, pre-production, and consistency. So number one, ideas, we just covered that, right? The big ideas, to not repeat that. One of the most important things, like again, if you look at the macro examples, Mr. Beast or Alex Hormozi or whatever, right? These people, before they have a validated good idea, again, unless you're in a situation like Lucas, right? If you're in a more broader market, you should have a very good validated idea, right? Because without this, you shouldn't even make the video in the first place. Then it's packaging, very important as well, like your titles and thumbnails is usually worth the effort to put into this, or to hire a thumbnail designer, pay them like $10 per thumbnail or more, depending on the quality, and it's usually worth it. So being able to package it, right? Pre-production, how many of you guys are in the education and how many entertainment? Can you put 1 if you're in the educational niche? And 2 in the entertainment in the chat, would appreciate it. 1 in the chat if you're in the educational, and 2 if you're in the entertainment niche. Just to make sure, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.5, okay, interesting, 1, 1. Okay, so most of you is 1, right? Some of you 1 or 2, or 1.5, right? But most of you 1. So especially, this is even true for the entertainment, because like Mr. Beast prepares for months for his videos. But also, especially for education, pre-production matters more than anything else. So like, if you just spend 1 hour on you just randomly give your thoughts and then you make your team spend 5 hours on the special effects into the backend to edit the video is gonna do way worse than if you spend 5 hours to pick the idea, to think what you are trying to communicate in the video, to come up with relevant examples that you are gonna share in the content, right? To structure it better. Like if you do that and then spend 1 hour on editing, let's say your video will do drastically better in the educational environments. Pre-production is more important. Let me give an example. Hormozi, like pre-production, first of all, they spent so much time, his team, to find the ideas, find what videos went well, what his tweets did well on Twitter, so they can have it in the videos. They do all of that. But also one of the biggest pre-productions of Hormozi is that he like spent a decade of building credibility. That's literally pre-production. Right? On a macro level. So now he's Hormozi, so what he says matters more. So like you don't have to be Hormozi to start posting content, but all I'm saying is with education, what you do before the video is more important than what you do after. Like if Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos go and right now speak for 1 minute, some nonsense, we will listen more than if I or someone talks about 2 hours about building a $1 billion brand. no matter how good I edit it afterwards, I position it well, etc. So if you could spend more time before the video to prepare for the video, to make sure that you are making good video, it's gonna be better. Okay, the last piece, like these are just 20/80 principle. These four things. Consistency, again, very obvious, guys. So that this is a cliche, but you learn to make videos by making videos. That's it. Like you can sit there, think, watch 10 more courses about YouTube, etc. But if you don't have YouTube videos yet, or you are posting very inconsistently, I promise you will learn more from your next 10 YouTube videos than from watching all the courses in the world, but posting one YouTube video. Because this is a skill that you also learn by doing. So if I were you, I would not overthink it and get started, right? You don't have to be perfect in the beginning. Go to Iman Gadi's channel, click all these first videos. They are very bad. But because he was consistent and he got a little bit better each time, he got there. Advanced pro tip, focus on having an unfair advantage. This is a key thing, guys. Like pretty much every single channel that I see successful in the long term has this. So one of the best unfair advantages, to give you examples, unique value, unique personality. What is unique value? Unique value is, I watched, let's say again, I'm in the business niche. You can translate this to your niches. Again, guys, I love this market. I do business. I learn about business. That's why I don't know much about the other markets as much as you. So you can just translate it to your market. But let's say if I won the 100, which is a competition from Alex Hormozi, and I say 5 things I learned from, or like, okay, like recently I had a video with Hormozi, right? Anyway, might take some time to find, but it like did relatively well, like get 17K views. So basically Hormozi, there was a group call with Hormozi where each of us got 10 minutes with him personally, one-on-one. So like if I got that, now I can provide unique value on YouTube, which not many people can. I can say, here's 5 things I learned from Alex Hormozi, right? Or Alex Hormozi showed me how to scale to whatever, $200,000 a month or whatever, right? And it's a unique value. Like not everyone can post this, right? Max Perzon, how many people can say I won the Skool games 4 times? I think no one can say that, right? So it's an angle that he can keep attacking, right? So that's a like unique value, like unique thing, unique accomplishment. Now, your unique value shouldn't be something like this. Like it can be something like Alexa, one of the clients we have, right? In her case, one of her unique values and unique personalities is, guys, she's a mom with 3 kids and she's busy. So her whole thing is, guys, I am busy. I am a mom. I'm not doing this full time, but I'm building a YouTube career and people listen. So it can be any angle, but like, why are you interesting? Like, why? If you make another video like the ones that exist, 10 million of them, right? Now, guys, you don't have to have this perfectly figured out in the beginning, right? Max Perzon, when he started posting on YouTube, he wasn't 4-time Skool games winner, right? So you need to start somewhere and then you learn. But eventually you need to focus on this. What's gonna be your unique value? My unique value, that's why like it's never enough, by the way. You can always build more, which I'm working on, but I try to accomplish relatively good things at the age of 22. So that's like, okay, I did this, did that, work with this person, and now there's a reason to listen to me. Now, for your case, it can be something else, but it either needs to be unique value or unique personality. Another example of unique value, you can say, I did 1,000 sales calls, and here's what I learned. Or like any niche, like again, translate to this, right? Something that others aren't willing to do, that you are willing to do. Like Mr. Beast didn't have a unique personality. He just said, I'm going to count to 200,000. Right? So like something that others aren't willing to do. Unique personality, this is a little bit, might be advanced. I don't know how many of us it will be like relevant here, but it's who you are outside of content, right? So like if you talk about fitness, if you are jacked and you look like a bodybuilder, people will respect you more. So literally that matters. So like if you have that unique personality or like something about you, the better, right? Who else can be a unique, like Hamza, right? I don't know how many of you guys know him, but he has a pretty unique personality. Like he is who he is, right? He's not like most people. If you see him, he's like interesting. He's an interesting, fun character, right? He did so many things. He has so many fun stories to tell, right? Another person, you can love him, hate him, but for the example, Andrew Tate, right? Who can argue that he's not an interesting personality? I think no one, right? He's interesting. Like he's been in jail. He had some traffic or like, what's the word? Webcam businesses. Then he got like 10 million followers. Then he became now like, so he's interesting. So like it's because if Andrew Tate was like someone completely like boring, people won't care. Even he said the same thing. So it's who he is. What's the character? So pro tip, if you like think about this, the better. And there's almost never a very easy answer to this, because if there was, everyone would be doing it. So if you say, Howard, give me my unique thing, if I give it to you, then I will give it to your competitors, then you will still need another unique thing to stand out. So the whole value of this is to sit down, guys, and I will share in the end of this worksheet that Hormozi shared as well, for you to learn, okay, what do I have unique about me? Like what weird thing I have about me? What's my life story? What I am good at, what I am bad at, right? Like one of my stories is like I was making $4 a month. Very little people can say that. $4 a month, right? I was like going from $4 a month to this. Now people think, oh, damn, like you went from basically like slavery, right? To like, so that's a little bit something unique or interesting, right? So that's what you want. You need to build this. And I promise you in any niche you can. Again, it doesn't have to be accomplishments only. It can be something interesting. Like you are the only, like, let me guys show you this. Have you guys heard about neuro knowledge? Can you put yes or no in the chat? Neuro knowledge. There's a YouTube channel like that that's blowing up recently. Oh, interesting. You guys will find this interesting. He makes over 100K a month with this, and he also recently went viral as well. Guys, look at him. It's a pretty interesting looking dude, right? Look at him, right? With a pretty interesting packaging, talking about manifesting, right? So when you saw him, like I said, this is a unique personality. Like if you see him, he has sunglasses all the time. He talks about these esoteric things. He has a really deep knowledge. He has like this, white shirt that most people don't wear. Like the vibe is he stands out, right? So like your brain kind of breaks the pattern. Like who is this guy, right? And you click on him, right? Like that's what breaks the pattern. Like Alex Sharma, you say, who is this guy with a beard, Jack, talking about business, right? Or who is this like young looking Armenian dude we're talking now? It's a little bit more interesting, right? Than if someone was in a shoot, 45 years old with gray hair, talking about business. It's a little bit business. So you can stand out with your looks, with the personality, with the topics, with the packaging, with all of this, with stories. But if you want to be successful on YouTube in the long term, you need to have this. You need to, like, even if you look at the wizard list, we can all agree she's pretty attractive, right? She's pretty attractive, guys. Let's be honest. So that's one of her strengths. She's also she's not afraid to speak her mind. She sometimes makes like relatively controversial videos, right? And she has like 7 million subscribers or stuff. So what makes you stand out, right? Oh yes, I've seen him. Cool. So any questions, guys, on this, on the unique value or unique personality? Let me know. You can put in the chat or raise your hands. If not, then we will move on. I
have a quick question that we had before that people asked,
sure.
And it was somebody wanted to know, like the content for ideal clients. So how can you create content that attracts the right audience and moves them closer to buying? But we've kind of talked about it, but that was one of the questions that somebody had on beforehand.
Cool. Good question. Thank you for reminding, by the way. Sometimes I get too excited, I miss the chat. So so are you guys familiar with the foundational copy? Can you put yes or no in the chat? Like foundational copy, having a foundational copy of your business. Some people can do like sales copy, but like it is a little bit, maybe there are other terms. Once I explain, maybe you knew it, just not in this term. But for people that didn't or just want to learn more, you can have a simple document, right? Where it goes through like, what do you do? Okay, let me show you. This is not even final, and I would ask you guys to keep this between us. But I will show you one of the documents that I have. Okay, so it's achievegreatness.com, right? That's like the company we own. What's our mission? Who do we help? Who this is for, right? What are the beliefs that we have? What are the primary goals that I have and I help people with? What's my campaign argument? Okay, the market is crowded. Standing out requires more than marketing tactics. To create trust and stand out, you need to build an authentic branded community. Trust is built long before it, blah, blah. So like, it's a document where it's kind of similar to Max Perzon's Figma board, right? Like, what the heck you do? What's your business? Like, who do you help? What's the avatar? So what I like doing, creating a simple 1-pager document, just like one page or 2 pages, where you say, what do you do? What's your mission? Who do you help? Blah, blah, blah. And then you can always go back and look at that and say, like, it will be pretty easier to generate content ideas with that, because you will have a copy, like you have a message that you are trying to basically communicate, and your content is simply just a way to communicate this foundational message. like why your business exists. What are you trying to solve?
Yeah,
That's
this is what
basically-
we talked about this before you joined, Harut, and I basically
really?
said the exact same thing. It's like all about the
Nice.
messaging, right? Because somebody asked about how we rebranded the course and why we did it that way. And it was basically the same answer. Like, you need to figure out what is your campaign, like your political campaign. Like, what is it that you want to share? Like, what is your messaging? So that was interesting that you shared the same thing.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Like, and by the way, let me guys share it now. I was about to share it in the end, but I will share this now. This is, some of you have seen this, guys. Hormozi's recent call for the Skool games. If you haven't, where is the chat? You can make a copy of this. And if you even if you just fill these things out, you will already have some sort of messaging of your business if you don't have it. So if you open this, you can click file, make a copy if you're interested. And basically what it is, says origins. Where did you come from? It's like, I am Harut. I was making $40 a month. I was struggling. I invested my last money into a coaching program. Other things that like won't get into, again, to be respectful of your time. But I have that things, right? Beliefs, dogmas, lessons from this. Like what failures I had. Like why? Okay, for example, I'm Max Perzon, right? Hey, I was helping people to grow their courses. I was helping people grow their Skool communities. We made $1 million in a year, blah, blah, blah. But then I paid attention that like the people that are really crushing it are the people that have YouTube videos, right? And YouTube channels. And I said, oh, damn, like if I start making YouTube videos, then like I should start making YouTube videos. And that's when I really started focusing on it and going all in, because I understood every single smart person, Sam Evans, Hormozi, this guy, that guy, they all do YouTube. So like I could told this better, by the way, but it's like just what happened, what's changed, like what beliefs you had, what dogmas you had. Like, for example, Max, one of the beliefs that we are right now talking about, guys, you don't need to have millions of views to make money, right? So that's a belief, right? Or so okay, exceptional, something, what you are basically better at than most people. Enemies, what are your enemies, right? For example, we achieve greatness, we hate mediocrity, right? We hate the educational system. Like I really do, I'm not kidding. Like I hate lazy people. I hate people that say they have goals, like all these things, right? So in your case, like what you are against, right? Let's say you teach people this way of doing real estate and you hate this way. So like what's your enemy? Like it's the government. For Andrew Tate, it was the system, right? It was the matrix. Like what's your enemy? Don't create fake enemies. You need to believe in that. But that's what, for example, school's enemy is also like educational system, right? Because like they're not doing a good job, or the colleges. What are your flaws? Again, no one wants to be perfect, right? Everyone, like you need to say, this is how I felt. This is what I struggled with. I found my mentor that told me this. That's how I learned. So like, what are your flaws? Associations. So again, right now, what we are doing, guys, like I'm here, there's some association, right? So what, like I associate with course, right? Or like vice versa, or I associate with Golden Brown or with Hamza, or like we all associate, like we and Max with Skool. You can associate it with your competitor. Like, what are your associate? Who do you want to be associated with? Who or what, right? Like Nike wants to be associated with sport athletes, for example. Language, your own words, right? So for Skool, for example, there's like about page, right? There's the Skool cat. There is like conversion, MRR. Also, MRR is a little bit broader as well. Like what else? Yeah, you get the point basically. But like some language that like is relevant to your audience. Likable, again, it's not that I'm the most likable person on earth, so probably you can figure this out yourself. And bonus was the big goal, right? So like for Achieve Greatness, this is our mission. For course, this is the mission. For your business, what's the mission? So if you spend like a few hours on this, it will give you some sort of an idea if you want to. But yeah, that's for the question. Hope I answered it. Any follow-up questions on this?
So you would use that document to kind of identify what your unique, like competitive advantages type of thing, almost like your story.
And no, yes, exactly. It's the brand story, like most likely. So you get clarity for yourself. What's the story of your brand, right? Yeah, this is not like entirely the foundational copy, really. This is just you, because sometimes we forget what we did. Like we know things about ourselves, we forget to tell. So like when we do this, we realize, oh, damn, yeah, I did this, I did that. And like, oh, I don't know about this, so I need to get clarity on this. It makes us to understand what's our brand story, right? Here's why our brand exists. Here's why we are here. By the way, guys, I know a bunch of people making a bunch of money without this. just to make sure you don't have to have a vision. I'm gonna revolutionize the world and advance the humankind, and I'm gonna put a computer on every single desk like Microsoft. Like it can be something smaller. The main thing is just to get clarity.
Also, Adrian said something interesting in chat. He said, regarding the Ty Lopez thing, Adrian, could you like expand on that? You said his success was based on creating scenarios that people were attracted by and just videoing it as it happened.
That's interesting. A few years ago, I spent time with Ty Lopez just after his books in the garage viral video. His key to success was based on creating scenarios that people were attracted by and just videoing it as well as happened. I just created first based on the dream personality. And yeah, exactly, guys. Like, or if you read Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, some of you guys know him. He has been talking about this, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, right? You need to have a story. What's your unique character? Like, this is all principles that, yeah. And you don't have to have this perfectly figured out, guys. I don't have it perfectly figured out. Like, I don't have it. These are some big questions, but at least working on this will give you more clarity, right? And then you can use this to create content that actually attracts the right people. Because then without knowing these things, at least for you, you're going to make content, you can attract the wrong people because you don't know who you are trying to attract in the first place, right? So that can happen. Okay. But that's a good point. I love the story, Adrian. Yeah. Ty Lopez also, like, he has been doing it for, I don't know. Well, when was the here in my garage video? Very long time ago, you know? Association is basically branding. Yes, Lucas, exactly. Yep. Example, Tina says, our entrepreneurs pictures post, brand association, people associating with entrepreneurs members, brand cartoon picture expos. Exactly, yeah. Thank you for engaging in the chat, guys, by the way, I appreciate it. Okay, so, okay, I see one more message. Have you ever filmed a video where you directly talk to your audience about your vision? Is that something you can do? Yeah, you can. I haven't because I'm like, I don't know why. Maybe it's an excuse, but I haven't, but you can. But the main thing I will be careful about, Howard, is like, I would let people know that it might change. Otherwise, people will kill you. Like, people don't like change. Like when you say, hey, this is the offer, or sorry, this is the vision. Say, guys, this is the vision. Again, I'm learning, guys. I'm not perfect, so this might change or might make changes the more I learn. But this is my initial. If you say it that way, less people will be bad about you. But if you're going to now say, this is the vision, it will never change. In a year, you try to change, people usually don't like it, you know? So you can communicate it to your audience, but yeah, don't have a language that, because people don't like that, right? Okay, how to start. And it is the last part. Finally, guys, we got here. Finally, I will stop, right? Okay. I'm enjoying this, by the way. I'm saying this that maybe you got tired of it. So how to start? First of all, keep it simple, right? This is very important because you can like hear all the things and say, okay, damn, but what do I do about this, right? As Hormozi says, how do I change my behavior? And you try to do all of these things today. You guys are busy. You're gonna be burned out, right? So keep it simple and do things one at a time. Now, that being said, watch our free course if you haven't already for strategy. I'm gonna send the course in the chat. Some of you have seen that from our communities, or you have been part of the Skool Masterclass. You have seen it. If yes, great. If you haven't, you can check it out. We talk about this more in depth. Create a brand story. Again, I shared the document in the chat with this, right? That you can fill out and it can help you. Start posting. The sooner the better, right? So like you can again think about this, strategize, join masterminds, ask questions, but at the end of the day, you need to start posting content. It's like learning sales. You can read 10 sales books, but the moment you start making your first 10 sales, you learn more. Now, I'm not saying learning isn't important. That's like, I'm here, right? Talking all the time. Hopefully you guys get 1 or 2 insights from this. But the most important thing is still going to do the video. Because once you do it, that's when you really get it. Like you really understand because you are doing it, right? Like there's this old wisdom. I don't know who it was from. Socrates, Aristotle, one of the smart guys. He said like, or I don't know who it was, you can correct me in the chat, but he said something like, you tell me, I forget, you show me, I remember, I do, I understand, right? Something like this, but that's a very old wisdom. Like for someone to learn, you need to do it. So start posting, the sooner the better, like at least 1, 2 videos a week, right? Or even more, get out there, stay consistent. That's gonna be the number one thing you're gonna, like, because even Hormozi, like how sophisticated he was. If you go and watch his first videos, if they were very bad, right? But because he got started sooner and started making improvements, he grew. And don't stop the 4-year rule. So what is the 4-year rule? So this is something that I tell people, this is also in the course. If you stick, the success can happen way faster. You can grow, you are one video away. It can be your next video, 10 videos after, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. You can succeed way faster, depending on what success means to you. But if you want to really dominate, I've seen it usually takes 4 years, right? Now, again, this is guys on average. It can be 1 year for someone, 5 videos for someone, 20 years, they are not successful on YouTube. But in average, if you commit at least making 1 video a week or 2 videos a week for 4 years, and 4 years, guys, is gonna pass very quickly. Look back at COVID. It's 5 years since COVID, guys. 5 years. It was yesterday. So like the next 4 or 5 years are gonna pass like this. So if you just stay consistent, like you shouldn't do anything else. Like everything else will take care of itself. If you make 1 or 2 videos for 4 years and you stick to it, and again, you are gonna get results before that as well, right? But you will just crush it. Like you don't have to worry about anything else basically, right? For as long as you, of course, make better videos, the views increase, you make sales, everything's going well. That's it, right? That's how much it takes to really make it. Last part on this, and then I will read the chat. Focus on value, not views. Views are an output, value is an input, right? No one can say, how do I get more views? Like it's an output thing. It's like, how do I get a girlfriend? Like you can't really do that. You need to go talk to people, right? Like, like you need to, that's an output, right? So what I would focus on, if I were you guys, because most of you said you're in the educational market, I would focus on value, right? What is value? The best definition is Alex Hormozi's thing from his book, if you haven't read it, $100 million offers, right? Increasing the dream outcome, the perceived likelihood of achievement, decreasing effort and sacrifice, right? So, and decreasing risk. So that's what it is. So you can go and learn it. Again, I'm not going to repeat it. He explained it way better than me, but you don't have to get as many views, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to grow over time. Just focus on making videos that solve people's problems and add value and get better a little bit each time. And I promise you, you will get sales, members, Skool community, members, sales, book calls, email subscribers, whatever from this, right? Guys, this sounds very simple, yet no one is doing it, right? Including me. Right now, when you are busy, there is no time for this or that, right? There is a reason that people don't do this, right? But it's not complicated, it's simple. It's simple, not easy. So if you can get one thing out of this, besides all the things that we discussed, why you should do the YouTube, the 7-11-4 rule, why it's good, why the personal brands are ruling the board, the ideas, the packaging, pre-production, the consistency, the unique value, unique personality, the examples of that, the stories, like all of that, right? All of that is great, but like if you try YouTube for 1 month and then you quit, not gonna happen, right? YouTube takes time, one of the longest, because it takes time to get good, right? So if there's one last thing, I promise you, this sounds very simple, but go and just stay consistent for like 4 years, right? Well, of course, learn, improve, do all of that. But if you just do that one thing, you will be proud of you. Like you will be so proud of your past self, right? In the future, because if there's one thing that your future self wishes in 4 years is that you have a bigger personal brand, that you have a better reputation, right? That's what, like, I guarantee you, like everyone wants it, right? So if that's true, right? Why wouldn't we start building it now? Because we will never be ready. We will never be ready to go all in, to figure out the perfect lighting, to figure out the perfect unique personality or value. Never, right? But if you start and do it, you will grow and you will beat all the competition. And that's the news, like the bad news and the good news at the same time. If you don't do this, your competitors will. As simple as that, right? Someone recently asked me like, Harold, what if I don't do this? Like your competitor will. Like if someone gives, Iman got this, Alex Hormozi, Sam Evans, Max Perzons, and other people in your niche, right? They will over time dominate, because I promise you, ads are great, by the way. I'm here also to learn about that, by the way. I'm waiting for that. But one thing that is true is that the ad spend is going to increase with time, right? But organic audience is something that compounds. So like if there's one thing to focus on is this, it's your personal brand. It's the thing. No one can argue with this. If you want to run ads, well, if you have a warm audience, you're running ads to a warm audience, you make more money, right? You want to hire better people, it's personal brand. You want to have easier sales process, smaller sales teams, because the people that you talk to are already know, like, and trust you and want to buy. It helps with that. It increases LTV, it decreases churn. Like it's one of these things. If you do that, everything else in your business becomes easier. Now, I got a couple of questions on this call. Should I only do YouTube? No, like if you're Edwin or someone, guys, Instagram is wonderful. Twitter, emails, LinkedIn, use these platforms. Like, I'm not saying YouTube is the only thing, right? But it is one of the best things. So if you like making videos, if you see yourself being consistent, start, keep going, post the videos. You are not gonna regret it. So that's my couple of cents on this. And yeah, that's it. Let's see if you guys have any questions. And let me know how do you guys like this? Did you like this so far? What was your takeaway? If there's any, 4 years is too long. Show us your cards. Yeah. No, like, of course there's things to learn, right? The things we were talking about, the course that I'm not going to share in the chat, but it will still take time. Like Hormozi took him time. Matt Gray, Max, go and check his channel. He's Matt Gray. He still sometimes, not every video does billion views, although it doesn't have to. Like, YouTube takes time, but that's why it's powerful. It's because most people quit. Most people say, oh yeah, it's gonna take time. But if you really want to grow your business, have an impact, help people, that's one of the best things you can do. Right? Don't listen to me. Look at Hormozi. He says it. He has unlimited resources. He's on all the platforms. But if he could only have one, he would pick YouTube. Look at Iman Gadzhi. He's everywhere. If he could one, he would pick YouTube. Look at Charlie Morgan. If there's one, he would pick YouTube. Right? So yeah. Just remind me that if I had started YouTube back in 2017, I'd be taking over the world. Yeah. Yeah. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is now. So Hunter, the next time is now. Just gotta let go and go all in now. Yeah, man. Just do it. Who cares? Like, the first videos will be bad, right? Unfortunately, but that's okay. The sooner you start, the more you fail, the faster you will learn, the more the next videos will be better. And eventually one of the videos will do well. You will make money. People will say, hey, he succeeded overnight. How did you do that? Right? That's what's gonna happen. The best time to plant a tree. Yeah, Lucas, that you guessed exactly what I was gonna say. Miles, you're incredible. Thank you, Albert. It's great. Thank you, guys. Fire, thank you. Does anyone have recommendations on a group agency that makes your video thumbnails, edit videos for you? The cool thing is that you can A/B test your thumbnails, Max says. Cool. So Max answered it, I see. Let's see if there's anything else. No, that's it. So yeah, guys, I'm done. If you don't have any more questions, that's pretty much it. Hope you found it helpful.
Albert, can I ask a question? So, yes. I mean, the point of the YouTube, going all in the YouTube, is mostly for branding, right? And long term, not necessarily making money. Because, like, I could literally, we could be I don't know, you haven't been on a mastermind with our $1 million webinar funnel that we wanted to come o'clock, exceptionally successful. I can just put lots of marketing budget into it, replay webinars 3 times a day, and I can scale it from 1 to 10 in a couple of months or a year. So for me, going all in YouTube, the purpose of it is not necessarily making money, because I can make the money through paid advertising and what was working before by double downing on that. Was more for the branding. So do you agree with that, or you reckon that I should just continue double down on what's working and just make money? Right.
Yeah, double down. Like in your case, that's for sure. So again, it comes back to the resources, right? Like if there's enough of your attention and everything, and I know you have a lot going on, to do that and do YouTube and do it consistently, yeah, of course it will be better to do YouTube than not to do YouTube. But we need to be realistic, right? Sometimes, like, not all the time you can. So I would say in your case, I would just keep doing what's doing, grow. And like once you plateau once again and say, damn, now I kind of run as many ads as I could. Like we saturated the market. People, like the nurturing of the leads of the brand right now becomes a constraint. Maybe then you can focus more on that. Like, will you be in the better off if you have YouTube than if you don't? Yes. But we also need to be realistic, right? Like I can't go and say, Tana, you must have a YouTube channel no matter what. Like, how can I say that? Like, you have kids, right? You are traveling, you have a million things, you have business partners, you have clients, you're running ads. And here's the thing, it's working for you. So why not to do more of that? That's probably
just like, because, yeah, like I attended the workshop and stuff, and everyone's saying to build a non-figure business. Okay, 0 to million is very different with 1 million to 10, and then 10 to 100 is 1 million, right? Yeah. And then going from 10 to 100 million, you 100% need to have a very strong branding. Yeah. It's not just about the webinars doing that, because that doesn't bring the branding. So me having those big goals, I'm just trying to think, you know what I mean? I'm looking at the long term, that I have to keep that branding so strong, take over the market. And obviously YouTube is you know, like we all know that that's what I'm going to take us. So that's what I'm looking at.
No, that's by the way, this is my opinion, right? So I'm not saying
Max, what do you think, Max?
Yeah. So Max, if you
but that's something that I'm trying to make a decision this year.
Yeah, like I think the perfect ratio, like the golden scenario for me is like if I can get the traffic for free and get the warm traffic from like organic sources like YouTube and then retarget people. I think that's what I'm trying to achieve now or get more of essentially. Paid ads work, and if you have a system that works for that, I agree, just like double down on what works type of thing. But I also think it's super powerful to build that organic brand and get those like basically building trust. Like here's how I think of it. When was like the last times like you scrolled like for ads? Like, you know, every single time we see an ad, it's normally like, oh, this ad, let's get it away. It's like on Facebook or like on YouTube before a video, right? Like we don't want to see ads. But organic content, everybody's like watching, right? And I think ads are even more powerful if we get an ad from somebody that we know who it is already. Like, oh, I've seen this guy, or like this, like I've already gotten value from this individual, and then I get like a retargeting ad from them. So I think the most powerful thing is like to do a mix of both. Doing all the paid as well. Yeah.
The YouTube, it bring branding, right? That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, branding and like building trust and credibility and traffic as well. And yeah.
Good.
Cool. And yeah, thank you so much, Herud, for this session. That was crazy.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
like you were very engaged. Yeah, thank you, of course, Tina.
Cool.
So Harry, I'm a quick. Sorry. So in terms of like spending time, how many to do one video a day, and you have an editor that take care of everything. So how many hours would it take? Let's say that 2 hours a week would be enough to spend to create 7 contents and get the editor to do it. Like what is the, because I have no idea what's gonna take.
Yeah. So if I were you, probably I think what would help you the most, Tina, is just start with what you have, right? So if you have 2 hours, that's the best that you got. You can start. I just like the reason I was a little, and I fully agree with Max, by the way, perfect answer, and I agree. Like what if you look at the people at the top, Hormozi, they do both. Run ads, they also do content organically. Like the combination is awesome, right? But to be like super realistic with you, content, like for people to crush it with content, like they are seriously all in on that. Like I need to be like that's a priority. Like guys, it's a priority for Hormozi. Content. Like if you pay attention, he wakes up 4 hours the first day in the morning, he does it, right? That's like he's primarily focused on that. So I guess it's an expectation thing. Like if you just want to get some pulls out there, like YouTube, start getting the momentum, test it, see if people like it, have some brand out there, have it compound, start sooner, absolutely do it, right? If you can. But if we're gonna expect like very big results while trying to put as little effort, it usually doesn't work out. Like if you're Hormozi, where he gets most of his deal flow from organic, that's what he does. All time is recording content. The guy is like a content machine. Like that's literally what he does all day. So I would say 2 routes I'm seeing for you, at least again, this is my opinion. I'm not claiming the truth, but I would probably 100% allocate the most of your resources to doing more of what works in your case, because that can help you to make more revenue, that you can hire even more smart people to help you with the content side. And by the meantime, start posting something out there, right? Something, but don't have very high expectations yet, because if you do, right, while spending just 2 hours for the week, usually it's a little bit harder. So I would say primarily, if I were you, I would focus on doing what is in front of you, what works. But yes, test it, post, like spend 2 hours on a video. See, like, because it's different for each person. For some people, it takes 10 hours to make video. For some people, 30 hours. For some people, 1 hour. Right? But I also know, Tina, the more effort you put into video, the better they do. I just know it. So like, I know if you spend 20 hours on a video, it will do better. So now, can you spend 20 hours? Probably no, now, right, on a video. So start something. But I would say, if I were you, most of the focus, do more of what works. Like, honestly. And then scale to $1 million a month consistently first or more. And now go and hire the smartest minds, right? Like hire me, Max Perzon, and Matt Gray in one place forever. So guys, now you work with me, right? I'm kidding, but like you can hire smart people, and then you can go in on content. But why wouldn't we do more of what works in front of us? right? That's what I even asked to Hormozi when we had that one-on-one call because of the one that you were there. I said, like, we get traffic from this, which in our case is word of mouth. Should I do that? It will help me. He said, no, do more of what works, right? Scale that as much as you can. And by the meantime, get this going, right? Get this going a little bit. So, yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I hope you found this video valuable, and if you want a little bit more step-by-step and tactical help on how to start or scale your YouTube channel and personal brand, I have another video on that. It's absolutely free. I don't sell you anything in that video. It's this video right here. I will leave it in the screen, and also I will leave it in the pinned comment down below. So if you're interested, you can check it out. If not, that's all great as well. But I really hope that you implement this, and I really hope to see your success very soon. Cheers.